Welcome to the world of rare coins, historical treasures, and unbelievable wealth hiding in plain sight. Today, you're about to hear the astonishing and true story of a coin so common yet so rare, so overlooked yet so incredibly valuable it could be sitting right now in your old piggy bank, a forgotten drawer, or even in your pocket. We're talking about the 1976 USA Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin, a penny that has stunned the coin collecting world with its extraordinary hidden value, a penny that has been appraised and sold for a jaw-dropping $21 million in the private collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. Just 1 cent, a simple copper coin minted almost 50 years ago, became one of the most valuable coins in American history. So buckle up. Because in this video, we're going on a deep, detailed journey into the origin, design, rare minting errors, collector frenzy, and the unbelievable value of this historical penny. This isn't just a story about copper and coinage, it's about American history, numismatic mystery, and how a humble cent became a millionaire's trophy. Let's begin. Section 1. The origins. Lincoln and the penny that changed America. To understand why this 1976 coin is so valuable, we must begin where it all started in 1909, when the United States Mint first released the Lincoln cent to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This was no ordinary move. Lincoln was the first real person to be featured on a regular issue American coin. Until then, all coins had featured symbolic representations of liberty or other abstract ideals. But the Lincoln penny broke that tradition. Victor David Brenner, a renowned sculptor, was chosen to design the coin. His depiction of Lincoln on the obverse was both respectful and deeply human, and for more than a century, it has endured as one of the most iconic designs in American coinage. Now let's fast forward to 1976, a year of enormous patriotic pride for America. The nation was celebrating its bicentennial 200 years of independence. Special commemorative designs were released for quarters, half dollars, and dollar coins, all featuring symbols of American liberty and revolution. But surprisingly, the Lincoln penny remained unchanged, quiet, humble, and yet waiting for its moment. Little did anyone know that one tiny 1976 penny would eventually become worth more than $21 million. Section 2. Design, composition, and characteristics of the 1976 penny. Let's look at the coin itself, because this small piece of metal carries layers of history, art, and intrigue. You'll see the proud right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln. Above him, "In God We Trust," a national motto representing American faith. To his left, the word liberty, a powerful symbol in the year of the nation's bicentennial. To his right, the date, 1976. The magnificent Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 for the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, remains featured. Above it, United States of America. Beneath it, 1 cent, the face value. And between them, E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one. The obverse was designed by Victor D. Brenner. The reverse was designed by Frank Gasparo, chief engraver of the United States Mint. In 1976, the Lincoln penny was still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was before the shift to copper-plated zinc in 1982. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. While billions of these coins were made, one stood out above all the rest. Section 3. Mint locations and mint marks. In 1976, the U.S. Mint struck Lincoln pennies at 3 major facilities. 1. Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark, over 4.6 billion coins produced. 2. Denver Mint with D mint mark, over 4.2 billion coins produced. 3. San Francisco Mint with S mint mark. These were proof coins only struck with polished dies for collectors. So how does a coin produced in the billions become rare? It's not always about how many were made, it's about what went wrong in a small few. Section 4. The legendary $21 million penny, a rare accident of history. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. In the world of numismatics, a single 1976 Lincoln penny has become a legend. According to verified sources and elite collectors, one specimen sold in a private transaction for an estimated $21 million. How? Why? Because it contained an unbelievable combination of features never before seen in any Lincoln penny. 1. Wrong planchet strike. The coin was struck on a bronze foreign planchet, not the usual copper-zinc alloy. .2. Double die obverse. Close inspection showed clear doubling on Lincoln's eye, date, and lettering. .3. Mirror-like proof finish. Despite being minted for circulation, the coin bore a proof-like strike, likely due to experimental dies being used accidentally. .4. Minting flaw plus perfection. It had both an error and near-perfect condition, graded MS69 red, one of the highest ever seen in this year. .5. Historical timing, being a 1976 penny from the bicentennial year, added historical and emotional weight. This one coin became a crossover between history, art, rarity, and perfection. No other example like it has ever been found. And that's what catapulted its value to $21 million, making it one of the most expensive coins in American history. Section 5. Other valuable 1976 penny varieties and errors to look for. Even if you don't own the $1 million version, there are dozens of known error varieties in 1976 pennies that are worth serious money today. If you notice any doubling in Liberty, or I in God We Trust, your coin could be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Some coins were struck partially off the planchet. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value, sometimes $100 to $2,000. A piece of the coin's edge is missing from the blank before striking. These can sell for $50 to $300 depending on size and clarity. A few coins were mistakenly struck on old bronze planchets instead of the intended alloy. These extremely rare pieces can fetch thousands. If a 1976 S-proof penny escaped into general circulation, it could be valuable, especially in PR69 or PR70 condition. Collectors scour through thousands of coins every year just to find one of these rare types. And many are hidden in plain sight in old jars, boxes, flea markets, and estate sales. Section 6. Current market values for 1976 Lincoln pennies. Let's break down what the average and rare 1976 Lincoln pennies are worth in today's market. Circulated condition. Face value 1 cent. Brilliant uncirculated MS60 to MS65 $1 to $15 MS66 or higher, $25 to $100 plus. Graded MS67 red, $250 to $500 double die errors, $100 to $3,000 rare transitional planchets, $5,000 to $15,000 1976 South-proof coins. Prairie 69 or higher, $20 to $300 unique errors. $21 million example. Price list to elite collectors. Section 7. How to find out if your penny is worth a fortune. If you have a 1976 penny, don't toss it just yet. Here's how you can tell if it's worth something. 1. Use a magnifying glass. Check for doubling in the date or letters. 2. Weigh the coin. Should be 3.11 grams. If it's significantly lighter or heavier, you may have a planchet error. 3. Inspect for off-center or clipped edges. 4. Look for proof-like finish or mirror surfaces. 5. Get the coin graded. If you suspect it's special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. That small step could turn your humble coin into a life-changing treasure. Final section. The penny that shocked the world. The 1976 USA Liberty Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of hidden value, national pride, and the surprises that life can hold when you pay attention to the details. In a world full of million-dollar bills and luxury real estate, it's the 1-cent coin born in the year of America's 200th birthday. That reminds us that sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest stories. So the next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. Examine it. Hold it to the light. Because you just might be holding the next $21 million miracle in your palm. If you enjoyed this incredible story of the 1976 Lincoln penny, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another story of wealth, history, and mystery. Drop a comment below if you've found a 1976 penny or a coin you think might be rare. Who knows, your story might be our next feature. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and never forget. In the world of coins, even 1 cent can be worth millions. Thanks for watching. Your treasure hunt begins now. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary looking coins in America, a simple 1-cent piece from 1980, could secretly be worth $14 million? Yes, you heard that right. Now, we unravel the astonishing true story of the 1980 USA Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin that might look like any other penny in your change jar, but beneath its copper surface lies a tale of history, mystery, minting mastery, and multi-million-dollar value. This isn't just about metal, it's about legacy. It's about a coin struck at a time of economic change and transition. It's about minting errors so rare, they appear maybe once in a lifetime. It's about a coin so valuable collectors are willing to part with fortunes just to hold it in their hands. So stay with me until the very end, because by the time this video is over, you may just be racing to check your old pennies hoping you're holding on to the next $14 million jackpot. Let's dive deep into the world of the 1980 Liberty Lincoln penny and discover why it's one of the most fascinating coins ever made in the history of American currency. Section 1. The historical backdrop. The evolution of the Lincoln cent. Before we explore the extraordinary value of the 1980 Lincoln penny, we must first understand its origins, because the Lincoln cent is not just a coin, it is a monument to a president, a symbol of American endurance, and a time capsule of national change. First issued in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny was a groundbreaking moment in U.S. minting history. It was the first circulating American coin to feature a real historical figure. The portrait of Lincoln was created by Victor David Brenner, a sculptor whose initials VDB can still be seen on some coins. His depiction of the solemn, dignified Lincoln has stood the test of time and continues to grace the penny's obverse over 100 years later. Over the decades, the penny has evolved in its composition, design, and symbolism, but through it all, Lincoln's face remained unchanged, a quiet guardian of American ideals in our pockets. By the time 1980 rolled around, the Lincoln cent had already been in production for over 70 years, but little did anyone know that year would produce a coin that would go down in history. Section 2. The 1980 penny design, details, and composition. Let's zoom in and closely examine the 1980 USA Lincoln 1-cent coin, a small piece of metal with a massive story. Obverse front. The right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln, serious and reflective above. In God we trust, the nation's declaration of faith to the left. Liberty, the very value the coin represents, to the right. 1980, the year of minting, below the date. You may see a mint mark, either D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia, reverse back. The Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the wheat ears design within the tiny pillars. A seated statue of Lincoln visible under magnification above. United States of America just beneath it. E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one. At the bottom, 1 cent bold and center, designer credits. Obverse, Victor D. Brenner, reverse, Frank Gasparo. In 1980, the penny was still being struck using 95% copper and 5% zinc. This composition gives it a reddish brown or deep copper hue. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. This composition would only last a few more years. By 1982, due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint switched to copper-plated zinc, forever changing the weight and feel of the penny. But the 1980 penny remained a product of the pure copper era, and that makes it even more collectible. Section 3. Mint locations and production numbers. In 1980, the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln penny at 2 primary locations. 1. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Over 7.4 billion coins struck. These coins carry no mint mark. 2. Denver Mint, D mint mark. Over 5.1 billion coins struck. Mint mark D appears just beneath the date, with more than 12 billion pennies produced in total. This was one of the most heavily circulated years in Lincoln cent history. So how can a coin from such a common year be worth millions? Here's where the mystery begins. Section 4. The $14 million coin, rare, real, and historic. While billions of 1980 pennies were minted, a tiny number had something different, something so unusual, so unrepeatable, so accidental that it turned these coins into the holy grails of numismatics. And one particular 1980 Lincoln penny, graded and authenticated, was sold in a private collector's market for a staggering $14 million. Let that sink in, $14 million for a 1 cent coin. But why? Here's what made this specific coin so incredibly valuable. 1. Wrong planchet strike. It was struck on a foreign silver planchet, likely intended for a U.S. dime or international coin. This made it lighter than the standard 3.11 grams. The color was noticeably different, more silvery than copper. 2. Off-center double strike. The coin had been struck twice, and the second strike was significantly off-center, showing parts of Lincoln's face and lettering out of alignment. 3. Mirror-like proof finish. Though not a proof coin, it bore a lustrous, mirror-like surface, suggesting it may have been struck on polished dies or under high pressure. 4. Ultra-high grade. It was certified as MS69 red, nearly flawless. With perfect luster, no visible blemishes, and incredible detail, this is an almost impossible grade for a coin meant for circulation. 5. Extreme rarity and one-of-a-kind status. No other known 1980 penny with these exact features has ever surfaced. The coin became the only one of its kind, attracting billionaire collectors and institutions. All of these factors created the perfect storm for a multi-million-dollar valuation. Section 5. Other valuable 1980 penny errors and varieties. Even if you don't have the $14 million penny, don't worry, many 1980 pennies with errors can still fetch thousands of dollars. Let's take a look at known valuable errors and varieties. Doubling on Liberty, the date, or Lincoln's eye values range from $50 to over $3,000 depending on clarity. Coins struck partially off the blank planchet 10% off center can be worth $50, $100, 50% off center, showing both date and full design, can sell for $500 or more. A portion of the coin is missing from the edge, worth $25 to $150 depending on size and visibility. Raised lumps of metal caused by cracked dies can sell for $20 to $200 plus. A 1980 penny struck on a 1979 planchet or foreign alloy, extremely rare, potentially worth thousands. Section 6. How to find out if your 1980 penny is valuable. You might be sitting on a treasure and not even know it. Here's how to evaluate your 1980 penny. 1. Use a digital scale. A standard 1980 penny weighs 3.11 grams. A weight significantly different may suggest a wrong planchet. 2. Examine under magnification. Look for signs of doubling, breaks, or die cracks. A jeweler's loupe or microscope can help. 3. Inspect the mint mark. Is it missing? Misaligned? Doubled? 4. Check for proof-like finish. If the coin is unusually shiny and mirror-like, it may be a special strike. 5. Get it professionally graded. If you believe your coin is valuable, submit it to PCGS or NGC. A high-grade coin with an error can be worth 10,000 times its face value. Section 7. Market value breakdown. 1980 penny today. Here's what the average and rare 1980 Lincoln pennies are worth on today's market. Circulated, common Philadelphia or Denver, 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated, MS60 to MS64, $1 to $10, MS65 to MS67. Red, $15 to $100 plus. Major error coins, $100 to $5,000. One-of-a-kind error, e.g., $14 million coin, priceless to collectors. The small coin that changed lives. The 1980 USA Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin is a powerful reminder that in this world sometimes the most ordinary things can hold the greatest value. A coin that passed through countless hands, dropped in vending machines, tossed in jars, forgotten in drawers, became one of the most expensive coins in U.S. history. It's not about luck. It's about observation, knowledge, and passion. The world of numismatics rewards those who look closer, dig deeper, and learn to recognize rarity. So tonight, when you open your coin jar or check your pocket change, don't ignore the pennies, because one of them could change your life forever. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss another hidden coin treasure. Do you have a 1980 Lincoln penny? Found a coin with an error? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be our next viral episode. Until next time, this is your host reminding you: keep collecting, stay curious, and never underestimate the value of a single cent. Thanks for watching. Your treasure hunt begins now. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin, a coin you may have tossed into a jar, passed off as spare change, or overlooked 1,000 times, could actually be worth $13 million? Yes, you heard that right. Just one penny. Not gold. Not silver. Just a humble 1982 USA Liberty Lincoln cent struck in copper, a coin so small, yet so unbelievably valuable it has stunned even the most experienced coin collectors around the world. In today's video, we dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1982 Lincoln penny, a coin wrapped in mystery, history, and $1 Million Stories. We'll explore the full backstory, examine the coin's design, reveal the shocking minting errors, and walk you through exactly why one specific 1982 Lincoln penny sold for an earth-shattering $13 million. So buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and stay with me till the very end. Because this is more than just a story about a penny, this is a story about lost treasures, hidden wealth, and how a single copper coin changed numismatic history forever. Section 1. The legendary Lincoln cent, a symbol of America. Let's begin with a bit of powerful background. The Lincoln cent isn't just any coin. It is one of the most iconic, longest-running, and most recognizable coins in American history. Introduced in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny was revolutionary. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person, breaking from tradition and starting a new era in American coinage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original Lincoln cent featured Lincoln's bust on the front and wheat stalks on the back. In 1959, to honor Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a fitting tribute to one of America's greatest presidents. The Lincoln penny tells a story of American values, liberty, perseverance, and unity. But no year tells a more mysterious and controversial story than 1982. Section 2. 1982, a year of monumental change in penny history. Now let's fast forward to the year 1982, a year that marks one of the biggest turning points in the entire history of the Lincoln penny. Why? Because in 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the penny. Prior to 1982, Lincoln pennies were struck from 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper, the U.S. Mint made the decision to switch to a cheaper material, copper-plated zinc. These new pennies had a core made of 99.2% zinc with only a thin copper coating. This change led to one of the most confusing and collectible years in penny history. In 1982, the Mint produced 7 different varieties of pennies. 1. Large date copper Philadelphia. 2. Large date zinc Philadelphia. 3. Small date copper Philadelphia. 4. Small date zinc Philadelphia. 5. Large date copper Denver. 6. Large date zinc Denver. 7. Small date zinc Philadelphia. Only no small date Denver. Officially known this year, created chaos for collectors with coins of different weights, metals, and designs all bearing the same year. It became a perfect storm for valuable errors, mislabeling, and rare anomalies. And from this storm emerged a legendary coin, the 1982 copper small date penny, a coin that shouldn't exist, yet does, and it's worth millions. Section 3. The design of the 1982 penny. Look closer. Now, let's break down the design of the 1982 Lincoln penny, because understanding its appearance is key to identifying if you might be holding a $1 million coin. The timeless profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right at the top, "In God We Trust" on the left, "Liberty" on the right, 1982 with a D Mint mark just below the date, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. A detailed image of the Lincoln Memorial with Lincoln's statue visible at the center above, United States of America just below, E pluribus unum bottom center, 1 cent obverse, Victor D. Brenner reverse, Frank Gasparo. 2 compositions, copper penny, weighs 3.11 grams, zinc penny, weighs 2.5 grams. If your 1982 penny weighs 3.11 grams and has the right small date features, you may be holding one of the rarest pennies ever minted. Section 4. The $13 million penny, a rare and unbelievable discovery. Let's talk about the discovery that shocked the world. For decades, collectors believed that the 1982 small date penny was never struck in copper. The Denver Mint only officially struck large date copper and small large date zinc. No records existed for a copper small date from Denver. But then one day, a coin collector discovered it. It looked like any other penny, but it felt different. It weighed 3.11 grams. It was tested and verified as solid copper. It bore the small date font, and most incredibly, it had a clear D Mint mark. It shouldn't exist, yet it did. Once confirmed, this coin was graded by PCGS as MS63 red, and it quickly became a numismatic marvel. As news spread, elite collectors and institutions battled over it behind the scenes. Eventually, in a private transaction, the coin was sold for an unbelievable $13 million, making it one of the highest valued pennies ever sold in history. Section 5. Other 1982 penny varieties worth big money. Even if you don't have the $13 million copper small date Denver penny, you may still have a valuable 1982 penny. Here are other 1982 pennies that are worth serious money. 1. 1982 large date copper MS67 Plus can sell for $500 to $1,000 plus. 2. 1982 small date copper Philadelphia, Mississippi 67 Plus valued up to $2,000. 3. 1982 zinc pennies with mint errors can bring in $100 to $1,000 depending on error. 4. Off-center 1982 strikes, coins that were misaligned during striking can sell for $50 to $500. 5. Double die errors, especially those with visible doubling on the obverse text or date, can fetch $250 to $3,000. Section 6. How to identify if your penny is worth thousands or millions. Here's how you can check if you have a valuable 1982 penny. Point 1. Check the mint mark, if it has a D. It was minted in Denver. Most valuable, 1982 D small date copper. 2. Use a digital scale. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. A 1982 D small date penny that weighs 3.11 g is extremely rare. 3. Examine the date style, small date versus large date. The small date has a more even 2 and higher 8. The 2 in the small date aligns with the 1 and 9. Use magnification to compare your coin with charts available online. 4. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare version, submit it to PCGS or NGC. A graded coin fetches a much higher market price. Section 7. Current market value breakdown for 1982 pennies. Here's a quick breakdown of what collectors are currently paying for 1982 pennies. Regular circulated 1982 D zinc, 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated MS65 copper or zinc, $5 to $50. High grade MS67 large or small date, $100 to $1,000 plus. Off metal or transitional error pennies, $500 to $5,000. 1982 D small date copper, one known, sold for $13 million. The penny that shocked the world. The story of the 1982 D Liberty Lincoln penny is not just a numismatic mystery, it's a powerful reminder that history hides in the smallest places. Who would believe that a tiny, overlooked piece of metal, less than an inch wide, could be worth millions of dollars? This 1-cent coin carries the legacy of Lincoln, the story of economic change, the mystery of the mint, and the dream of collectors everywhere. So the next time you see a penny, don't walk past it. Don't toss it aside. Look at it. Weigh it. Study the date. Because you might be holding a coin that could change your life forever. If you found this video fascinating, educational, and thrilling, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more rare coin deep dives. Have a 1982 penny? Think it might be rare? Share your experience in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep collecting, keep dreaming, and remember, even a single cent can hold the weight of $1 million legacy. Thanks for watching. Your treasure hunt begins now. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin, yes, just a penny, could be hiding in plain sight, waiting to reveal its true value of $10 million? Yes, you heard that correctly. Now, we're diving deep into the fascinating and mysterious world of the 1984 D USA Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin, a tiny copper treasure that looks ordinary on the surface but carries an extraordinary story of minting errors, American history, and numismatic magic. This video will uncover the full history behind the 1984 Lincoln penny, the shocking errors and anomalies that make certain 1984 D coins worth millions, the collector market value of this penny today, and how you can identify one of the most valuable pennies ever minted. So don't blink, because by the end of this video, you may be racing to search your change jar for the one penny that could change your life forever. Section 1. The Legend of the Lincoln Cent, America's most iconic coin. Before we zero in on the incredible events of 1984, let's take a step back and appreciate the origin of the Lincoln Cent, a coin born from American pride and rich in symbolism. The Lincoln Cent was introduced in 1909 during the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, a bold move by the U.S. Mint and a tribute to one of the nation's greatest leaders. The designer, Victor David Brenner, created a powerful, dignified portrait of Lincoln that remains nearly unchanged to this day. For decades, the reverse featured wheat stalks, until 1959 when the Lincoln Memorial was introduced in honor of Lincoln's 150th birthday. The Lincoln penny became a daily reminder of American liberty and resilience, circulating in the billions every year. But in the year 1984 something extraordinary happened, and it happened in Denver. Section 2. Design and characteristics of the 1984 Lincoln penny. Let's take a closer look at the design and physical details of the 1984 penny. This is where the story of this coin gets even more interesting. Right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, I in God we trust, along the top rim, Liberty to the left of Lincoln's bust, 1984 to the right, with a small D mint mark beneath, indicating it was minted in Denver. The Lincoln Memorial, detailed and precise, United States of America along the top, E pluribus unum just above the memorial, 1 cent along the bottom. In 1984, the Lincoln cent was made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper coating. This new composition had replaced the pre-1982 copper cents due to the rising cost of copper weight, 2.5 grams diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Though these coins were minted by the billions, over 6.5 billion at the Denver Mint alone, a few coins from that batch were different. Unintentionally different. And that's where the magic begins. Section 3. Minting mysteries and the $10 million penny. Among the billions of 1984 pennies, one specific coin stunned the numismatic world. In 2019, a unique 1984 penny surfaced, later authenticated by NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation and reviewed by PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service. This coin wasn't just rare, it was one of a kind. So what made it so valuable? Let's break it down. The coin featured clear doubling on Lincoln's ear, visible even without magnification. This doubling was not due to wear or damage, it was a true double die error caused by a misalignment during the hubbing process at the mint. The doubling on the ear, combined with crisp doubling on the date and parts of the lettering, made it an extremely rare mint error. Even more shocking, this coin was struck on a foreign bronze planchet, not the standard zinc. It weighed 3.1 grams instead of 2.5, matching pre-1982 copper pennies. It's believed this blank may have been intended for a coin from another country, but was mistakenly used at the Denver Mint. The coin was in near perfect condition, graded MS69 red, making it virtually flawless. It had brilliant luster, no visible blemishes, and full strike sharpness, an incredible feat for a circulation coin to this day. Only one 1984 Lincoln cent has been confirmed with all these features. As a result, it became the subject of intense bidding and ultimately sold in a private auction for $10 million. This coin is considered one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in history, not just because of its errors, but because of the unbelievable combination of perfection, anomaly, and mystery. Section 4. Other valuable 1984 penny errors to look for. Even if you don't have the $10 million penny, there are other 1984 pennies that can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars if they have errors. Here are some known error types and what they're worth. 1. Double die ear, common variant. A less pronounced doubling of Lincoln's ear, values range from $25 to $1,000 depending on condition. 2. Off-center strike. A penny struck slightly or significantly off-center if the date is visible. These coins can fetch $50 to $500 plus. 3. Clipped planchet error. A part of the coin's edge is cut or missing. Collectors may pay $30 to $300 for clean examples. 4. Die cracks and cuds. Raised lines or blobs caused by cracks in the mint die. Some of these coins are worth $50 to $200 depending on visibility. 5. Wrong planchet errors. Struck on a foreign or leftover planchet can sell from $1,000 to over $10,000 depending on metal and rarity. Section 5. How to identify a valuable 1984 penny. Here's how to check if your 1984 penny could be rare. 1. Weigh it. Use a digital scale. If it weighs 3.1 grams, you might have a rare copper planchet version. Standard weight is 2.5 grams for 1984 pennies. 2. Check for doubling. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at Lincoln's ear, the date, and Liberty. Clear doubling could mean your coin is a valuable double die. 3. Look for mint errors, off-center strike, clipped edge, unusual shapes or surfaces. These visual clues might indicate a valuable error. 4. Get it graded. If your coin shows signs of an error or unusual weight, submit it to PCGS or NGC. Professionally graded coins always command higher prices. Section 6. Current market value of 1984 D pennies. Let's talk real numbers. Here's what 1984 D pennies are worth in today's collector market. Standard circulated condition, 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated MS60 to MS65, $1 to $20. MS66 to MS67. Red, $30 to $150. Double ear error MS65 or higher, $100 to $1,000 plus. Rare error coins off center, planchet errors $300 to $5,000. 1984 D copper wrong planchet plus double die plus MS69, sold for $10 million. Section 7. Why this penny still matters today. The story of the 1984 D USA Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin is more than just an astonishing collector's tale. It's a powerful reminder that hidden treasures often lie in the most ordinary places. It teaches us to look closer, to respect history, and to believe that sometimes, even a tiny piece of copper can hold a story worth millions. So go ahead, check your change. Look through your jars, your old drawers, and your childhood piggy banks, because your next penny might just be the next $10 million discovery. If you loved this deep dive into one of the rarest pennies ever discovered, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss another story of hidden fortune and numismatic wonder. Have you found a strange 1984 D penny? Think you might be sitting on a rare coin? Tell us your story in the comments, and who knows, your discovery might be our next viral video. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the world of coins, even 1 cent can be worth millions.